Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports. I'm in Goalie Utopia with Cam Matwiv, and I am surrounded by what I got to admit is some pretty damn stylish Vaughn gear. It may be Friday or Saturday, or frankly, who knows when you're going to watch this, but it is a throwback Thursday as we record. And so appropriately, we are surrounded with some styles that someone of my vintage might recognize a little more than some of you younger goaltenders. A little Vaughn throwback here. Cam, V9, tell me what I'm looking at. Tell me, we can see the styles. Walk me first through all the different graphic options, and then tell me what this V9 set is about in terms of the specs.
So what we've done, we've brought back some of their older graphic packages that we have seen in the past. Not limited to Iceberg, Pulse, Swirl, and then we do have a vintage pad as well. It's just there was too many pads to bring out.
You lazy son of a gun.
Easy. Keep it PG.
All right. Okay. So we've seen the graphics, which many of you have seen. Like we saw, Charlie Lindgren was wearing a couple of years ago, was wearing an Iceberg style graphic. I think when I think of Iceberg, I think of Cam Ward and the Carolina Hurricanes.
Jimmy Howard in Detroit.
Yeah. So some classic goalies, several of which aren't in the league anymore, which tells you it's vintage.
Yes.
Well, I love the look. Now tell me about the pad it's been put on. As much as the graphic is retro, there's some nice modern elements to this pad. Like right away, I'm looking over at that graphic, and I'm like, but there's a nice sliding material on the inside edge. So walk me through some of the specs on this line. It is a V9. Are there anything unique to the retro graphics in terms of the pads themselves?
So this is your stock V9 pad. You still are getting their Primo slide surface, which is great. Their standard Velcro strapping in the back, so a nice modern day upgrade, that's for sure. We went with just a standard toe tie as opposed to the bungees, just a little bit more traditional lining up with the pads, but obviously gives you the ability to switch it out to whatever you want, just in case you do. The majority...
You know what? I'm gonna hold you there. What the irony is, we are seeing more and more of our high level testers in other brands switch out of the elastic and go back to a traditional toe tie.
There might be some science there. I'll let the in-goal guys maybe do an article.
We'll talk about that a little later on. But in the meantime, go back, continue. Vaughn V9.
We have split most of the gloves up. Most of the gloves you are going to find in the XP model, which is their one-piece cuff design. Very, very similar to a CCM 590.
Yeah.
So 60-degree break.
It feels just like a 590
very
break,
much like it. Nice snappy closure. Lots of skate lace. Again, give that nice absorption for that puck. Stock, standard, V9 blocker. Not too much to say here. We've kind of covered this before, I believe. Nice lightweight blocker. Nice fitting hand. Traditional in terms of its feeling, but very easy in terms of its mobility-wise. Lots of wrist mobility, lots of tilt forward. A couple of the gloves you will find in their stock V9, which is basically the continuation, their two-piece from their older Velocity series themselves. A little bit more of a full hand kind of style closure. You 600 break CCM lovers would like this glove. Again, you're kind of bringing that full hand into close. Nice snappy closure again, as you would normally find for a stock Vaughn glove off the wall.
Gloves a little more, the fingers are kind of a little more curled at the bottom. If you present that to our camera for us, you can see that difference there. Still a double T, but in that case, it looks like you've gone with nylon instead of skate lace.
Yes, just to line it up with the glove, just look a little bit cleaner in the grand scheme of things.
All right, so folks, we have done the V9 before, so you can go back and check that review if you have any questions. This is just more to update you about how sick you can look in it with all these options available off the rack, ready to go here at the Hockey Shop, at thehockeyshop.com. If you have any questions about the specs, about the sizing, about the fit, about the feel, you know who to call. It's Cam Matwiv. Where can they get you, Cam, with more questions about the Vaughn V9? What do we call it? Is it just like a retro graphic look?
Well, we got the swirl graphic. Again, Iceberg, Pulse, and then vintage, which is not displayed, but you can see at thehockeyshop.com. You can give me a call, 604-589-8299 or 1-800-567-7790.
I didn't ask for a recap of the graphics. I just asked for you to tell me if they call you, what are they asking for? The Vaughn V9?
Swirl.
Retro?
Swirl.
retro.
Swirl.
You guys call him and figure it out. He's got lots of options here, and I gotta say, they all do look really good. Make sure you check them out at thehockeyshop.com for all your Vaughn V9 retro graphic needs.
Swirl.